Morning, students. Welcome to the online biology classes. From today, we'll be starting a new chapter, that is chapter number 3, human reproduction. So, we'll be starting with the reproductive events, human sexual reproduction, viviparous, and unisexual. As this line is written over there in the form of a PowerPoint presentation, we'll be talking about the reproduction in humans, that is sexual reproduction. Viviparous means the organisms which give birth to the young ones. Unisexual means sexes are separate, male sex is different, female sex is different. Each sex has pair of gonads, reproductive duct, and accessory structures. Sex organs: testis, that is paired in male; ovaries, that is paired in females; gamete formation, and hormones which are regulating the events. Puberty: puberty is the time, or it is the particular stage in the life of an organism where it is becoming reproductively active. All the hormones which are responsible for the act of reproduction are activated and are most active in the age of puberty. Reproductive organs also start developing, rest other developments, that other growth slows down, and the growth of the reproductive organs get enhanced. So the first point, that is gametogenesis, formation of gametes, that is sperm and ova; insemination, transfer of sperms into the female genital tract; fertilization, fusion of male and female gametes leading to formation of zygote; implantation, development of blastocyst and its attachment to the uterine wall; gestation, a period of embryonic development from conception to the birth; parturition, delivery of a baby, that is childbirth. This is a diagram. You can see a diagram of male reproductive system. Here you can see we'll be starting with the bladder, that is a urinary bladder. Then we'll be coming to the right side, that is seminal vesicle, then prostate gland. Then you will be seeing a pipe. This seminal vesicle and prostate gland secrete their secretions and that unite into a common duct, and that is called as urethra. Means the duct is used for passing out the urine in male and for the passage of the sperm. Now you will be just coming more down. You will be finding the testes. These are the two paired organs which are just lying in the scrotum. Then urethral opening you will be finding, and a vas deferens are there, that is the duct which is carrying the semen. Means the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland secrete their secretion along with the sperm, forms the semen, and this semen is being taken up by a duct which is arising from the testes, and that is called as the vas deferens, and is coming and it is uniting with the seminal vesicle and prostate gland, and along with the secretion of prostate and the seminal vesicle along with sperm forms the semen, and it is taking the path through the urethra and it is coming out through the urethral opening. Okay, now the male reproductive system, that is located, the location we'll be talking about, so it is located in the pelvis region. The male reproductive system includes a pair of testes, accessory ducts, accessory glands, and external genitalia. Let us see the next slide. A pair of testes in the scrotum, accessory ducts, glands, reed testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens. Now you can see over here, this is the urinary bladder. These are the ureters which is coming out from the kidney. This is the urinary bladder. Now you will be just finding here the seminal vesicle. As we have discussed in the previous slide, the seminal vesicles are the paired glands which is secreting the liquid. Now prostate gland just like below this seminal vesicle, it is also secreting a secretion. Together with the sperm, it is forming the semen. Now you will be finding this is the testes, this is epididymis, then the vas deferens are here. This is the vas deferens or sperm duct, we can say. You can see a penis over here, urethra. This is a common duct for the passage of the semen. Okay, now we'll be talking about the external genitalia. External genitalia. Now let us come to the previous slide. The previous slide we have just seen a pair of testes, accessory duct, accessory gland, external genitalia. So we are just talking about here a quick review about the internal passage or stepwise movement of the sperm through the ducts. A pair of testes you can find over here, the pair of testes, accessory ducts, glands, reed testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and vas deferens. Now we'll be coming to the external genitalia, that is the penis, testis. Now we'll be coming one by one. We'll be seeing in detail about all these internal structures. Here is the testis. You can see these are the paired structures. Okay, in this diagram you will be finding only one testis over here. Paired male gonads, sperm, hormones. Okay, oval in shape, length 4 to 5 centimeter, width 2 to 3 centimeter, situated outside the abdominal cavity with a pouch called scrotum. Now why it is hanging out in the abdominal cavity? Because for the formation of the sperm, much lower temperature, or we can say that the 5-degree temperature less is required as compared to the body temperature. That's why they are hanging out in the abdominal cavity. Situated scrotum, low temperature of these testes 2 to 2.5 degree lower than the normal internal body temperature. Spermatogenesis means through the spermatogenesis the sperm formation takes place inside this testis. Testis is covered by a dense covering capsule tunica albugina inside a septate, inside as septate. You will be finding this. You can see this bean shaped structure over here. This is called the testis covered by dense covering called capsule tunica albugina. So around this testis there is a dense covering which is called as tunica albugina, and inside it is septate. Means these linings you will be just finding inside this testis. Internally they are septate, means sections are there. It is divided into small sections. In each testis, 215 compartments called testicular lobules are there. So small compartments are also there inside these testes, and these are 250 in number. Each lobule 1 to 3 convoluted, that is coiled seminiferous tubules. So there are 250 testicular lobules, inside which in each lobule is highly coiled, called as a seminiferous tubules. So testicular lobules are 250 in number, and each testicular lobule is having 1 to 3 convoluted lobule, that is called as seminiferous lobules. Now seminiferous tubule and sperm production we'll be talking about in this slide. Lined on each side by two types of cells. Male germ cell, that is spermatogonia. Meiotic divisions will take place, that is reduction division, and sperm formation. So male germ cell, that is spermatogonia, in which the meiosis takes place, that is the reduction division, and then the sperm formation will take place. Sertoli cells are the supporting cells. Okay, lined on each side by two types of cell. So here we will be talking about the seminiferous tubules. In this seminiferous tubules, we will be seeing the male germ cells are also there. That is, male germ cell is spermatogonia. Here you can see the spermatogonia are there, and the Sertoli cells are there. So two types of cells are seen inside the seminiferous tubule. Then Sertoli cell provide nutrition to the germ cell. So these Sertoli cells are to provide nutrition to the germ cell, that is sperm. Regions outside the seminiferous tubules called interstitial spaces contain small blood vessels and interstitial cells, that is Leydig cells. So here you will be just finding regions outside the seminiferous tubules. Outside the seminiferous tubules, you will be finding the interstitial spaces containing small blood vessels and interstitial cells, that is Leydig cells. So all around here in the periphery you will be finding the interstitial spaces. Now Leydig cells. Leydig cells synthesize and secrete male hormone, that is androgen, that is testosterone. So testosterone is being also secreted by the Leydig cells. or we can say that interstitial cells. Other immunologically active component cells are also present here. Let us move to the next slide. Accessory ducts. Reed testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and vas deferens. These are the accessory ducts. Now, here you can see a diagram of testes. So, we will be just seeing this is the frontal section, which is showing testes, epididymis, and ductus deferens, or we can say that vas deferens. Now, here you can see the seminiferous tubule, which are 215 number, as we have discussed in the previous slide. Then it would lead to vasa efferentia through Reed testes, then epididymis, that is the posterior surface of the testes. Then we will be coming to the vas deferens, ascend to abdomen and loop over urinary bladder. So this is, you can see this yellow arrow, blue arrow, red arrow, which is showing the actual paths of the transfer or the formation of sperm. You can see this direction which is being shown by these arrows, which will be showing you this sequence as it is given in the form of a ray diagram, that is seminiferous tubule, then vasa efferentia through Reed testes, epididymis, and vas deferens. Now here we will come to a next diagram that we have already seen in the previous slides. We will see here vas deferens receives duct, seminal vesicle. Vas deferens receives duct. Okay, that is seminal vesicle. This is the vas deferens. It will receive the secretion from the seminal vesicle, opens into urethra as ejaculatory duct. Function is stores and transports sperms from testes to urethra. So we are talking about the vas deferens, or we can say that it is the sperm duct. Urethra originates from urinary bladder, extend through penis to external opening, that is urethral meatus. So here, as we have discussed in the previous slide also, there is a common passage for the urine also and for the sperm also. So this vas deferens or sperm duct, which is carrying the sperm, actually it is not only the sperm, but it receives the secretion of the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland also. Now, external genitalia, we will be talking about the external genitalia, that is penis, external copulatory organ, external genitalia. Okay, so students, the copulatory organ means the organ which actually participate in the act of sexual reproduction, that is externally, that is external copulatory organ. Made of special tissue, erection to facilitate insemination. Enlarged distal and glans penis covered by loose skin called foreskin. Here we can see that glans penis, if we'll be talking about the glans penis, here you can see the glans, it is written over there, the urethral opening you will be finding out. Foreskin is there, and that is only called as the glans penis. Just see here in this slide, you will be finding where foreskin is written. Just above it, glans is written over there. Actually, this is glans penis, this portion of the penis. Accessory glands. Now, the accessory glands are seminal vesicle, that is paired, a prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, that is paired. Now, here we can see the bulbourethral gland. Let me show you where are the bulbourethral gland. So, here let us see the previous slide. Will be just coming to the bulbourethral gland. Let us see here. Here you will be finding this orangish color two paired type structure. You will be just finding this is called as the bulbourethral gland. Okay, students. So here we can see just above this penis, you will be finding two small structures coming out from the sides of this tube-like structure, which is orangish in color, is called as the bulbourethral gland. Let us come. Okay. Here will be coming seminal plasma, secretion of all the accessory gland, rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes, helps in lubrication. So here, students, we have just completed the explanation of the male reproductive system through the PowerPoint presentation slides. I hope, students, you can make use, or you are able to make use of what has been shown or is explained in this PowerPoint slides. Thank you, students.